Here I am, unloading the dishwasher, just because I can. Can you imagine, though, not being able to unload your dishwasher? Or having to sleep for the rest of the day after you're done? This, sadly, is the harsh reality for those living with fibromyalgia and myalgic encephalomyelitis. Now that's a mouthful, isn't it? I can barely pronounce the later one, and so I wonder how many of you even ever heard about it. Someone recently reached out to me online. Let's call her Jen. Jen said she heard about a fundraiser I did with my son for a local charity. Jen wondered how to go about something like that. She explained that she suffered from a combination of fibromyalgia and ME. And that's when I understood that her chances of doing any fundraisers were slimmer than the Victoria's Secret supermodel. I knew, because a couple of years ago, I grew suspicious that I might suffer from fibromyalgia myself. After a flu-like illness, I experienced weeks and weeks of constantly feeling exhausted, feverish, and depressed, which is very much unlike me. Getting out of bed to prepare my kids' breakfast felt like running a marathon. Everything ached all the time, and no matter how tired I felt, I just couldn't fall asleep at night. Any amount of time spent in the sun left me drained for days. However, all of my blood tests and examinations were normal. I felt awful about letting my family down, for no good reason, or at least no apparent reason, and I saw no way out. When Googling for answers, I came across fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia causes bodily pain, fatigue, and memory issues, among other symptoms. As if we hadn't already mentioned fatigue enough, myalgic encephalomyelitis is basically like fatigue on steroids. Something as normal as sending a couple of texts can trigger a migraine and exhaustion for hours. Simply unloading the dishwasher turns into a task you need to divide into many, many chapters. All the symptoms tend to be invisible, and there is no specific test to diagnose fibromyalgia and ME, other than eliminating all other possible diagnoses. Thankfully, my own symptoms started slowly disappearing after a couple of weeks. I never understood why. However, every little achievement seems like such a blessing after this experience. Yes, even sorting out the dishes would literally feel like a blessing. However, this isn't the case for Jen and another 5% of the population. Now, isn't that a number that justifies more research? You be the judge. Many patients suffer undiagnosed for years, with doctors often being completely dismissive. Reduce your stress, eat better. This is the sort of stuff I remember having heard. I lost count of all the times I left the doctor's office in tears. It took Jen over 10 years of frustration and despair to finally have a diagnosis. Ironically, where we live though, FM and ME are not even diseases that qualify for disability benefits, so the diagnosis gives you nothing else than that, a diagnosis. You are already physically depending on whoever sticks around, and now you will also need them to pay all your bills. I wanted to ask Jen dozens of questions, but I knew each answer is an extra effort, so I narrowed it down to one. How can we help? Jen said, first and foremost, believe us, inform yourself, and still, it's better if you listen more than you talk, because the wrong words can cause so much harm. Check on us, so that we know that we still matter to you, even if there is nothing you can do. I went ahead and donated to the local charity Jen wanted to do the fundraiser for, and in case you do have the possibility, please do donate here. Nobody should watch the world go by from their window, feeling they can never be a part of it again. And if this person looking out the window is you or your beloved one, my heart really goes out to you. You're seen. You matter. Please don't give up. Thanks for watching and see you soon.